Alright, so it's like almost 6 a.m. where I'm at. And I don't know why I'm recording this video at almost 6 a.m. My daughter will not go to sleep because she's on stateside time and we are back in Germany. So I'm going to update you guys on Graceling and how I feel about it, because I have lots of feelings and thoughts and things that I need to share. So I read another 100 chapters while we were on the plane to London and then in the airport in London, and I didn't read anything on the plane to Germany, but I finished 100 pages like I said on the way from home to London and then in the airport in London, and I have feelings. So to start off, I love Poe and Kat's relationship and how the grandfather is like, your eyes are beautiful, let me see your eyes, his brothers don't understand, blah blah blah. I really like grandfather. I think it's T-Liff, I think that's how you say it. I really like him and his character, even though his character is not really like vital to the story. I mean, a lot of stuff does revolve around him getting kidnapped, but like his character specifically is not like vital to the story. But I still like him. I still think he's really awesome. I just had a lot of feelings about this next 100 pages. Like, I feel like it just got too intense too quickly. So we moved from the first little mini section of the book being called The Lady Killer, that's part 1, to part 2, The Twisted King. And I feel like in that little bit of a jump from part 1 to part 2, like, so much changed. You guys know, because I told you in the previous part of this video that I don't like Gideon at all, 110% hate him. Now, in this next 100 pages, Katza finds out that he, like, is in love with her, which I guess from the beginning and everybody else knew. So I'm like, really, girl? Like, you really just had no idea at all? Like, you didn't know? How could you not know? Regardless, that was interesting, and her reaction was really weird because, you know, she finds out this guy's in love with her, and most girls, even if they don't like him, would be like, you know, wouldn't react the way she reacted, but she reacted like the world was like ending because he was in love with her. She's like, oh my gosh, I just don't know what to do, how to feel. Gideon loves me, like, why didn't anybody tell me this? And just really strange for a woman that can literally break his neck with her bare hands to feel so vulnerable in a moment just because she found out that he likes her or he was in love with her and she didn't know about it. It was just very weird. I feel like she kind of has a problem with, like, not intimacy, but like a problem with people, with males liking her in a way that's not a friendship, if that makes sense. Like, she was cool when he was like making fun of her and stuff, but then he's like, oh, I love you. And she's just like, I can't believe this. No, you can't love me. It's weird. But that happened. Then I really started to hate Gideon again because he's a dick. He's a terrible person. Like, he asked her to marry him because she disobeys the king, which, side note here, because I just remember that I had notes about this too. I love that Poe was able to open her eyes. Like, you can literally kill the king if you wanted to. You shouldn't. But you're not scared of him. You're scared of what you'll do to him if you disobey him, because you feel like he'll anger you enough that you'll want to harm him. Which was like, wow. That's all I can say. I really love that Poe, even though we find out that he's a mind reader, which I've read the book before, so I knew that anyway. But, like, even though we find out that he's a mind reader, and Katza goes down this whole really, like, hating him phase. She's like, I can't believe he lied to me. Can't believe he did this. And then we finally get back to, like, oh, we're friends again. It's interesting how he's very intuitive when it comes to her and when it comes to people in general. Like, I can tell that it seems like he really cares about her, and it's crazy because he barely knows her. Like, really, he barely knows her, and she kicks his butt, like, every day in combat. So, you know, what kind of friend is that? But he's still so nice to her and so amazing that he wouldn't even fight her when he knew she was mad. He's like, I'm not gonna fight you while you're mad. He let her, like, punch him in the face and didn't even move. Like, what kind of man does that? Like, Poe I'm not gonna say he's my crush because he's not. Like, I have plenty of other like characters in other books that I can crush on, so I won't make Poe a crush. But Poe is so sweet and so kind, and I just love the way that his character is portrayed. A mind reader who doesn't use his power for bad. Like, he is just such a kind, gentle person, and it's just amazing reading about it. And him compared to her, who can kill a man with her bare hands, she still is like, a nice person, but like, it's like opposites attract, because I feel like they get together. I know they get together at the end of this book. I know that she has like a mini crush on him. Like, I can tell reading the pages, jumping into like thinking as her character would think. I know she has a little crush on him that she just doesn't want to acknowledge. But his character is just, I can't even explain it. Like, he's just so well developed in a way that like, he's just unlike a character that I've really ever read before. He's a guy that lets this girl beat him up every day, then refuses to fight her when she's mad, lets her punch him in the face without even moving, and then gives her advice on how to fix the problem in her life. Like, I am just at a loss. I love it. I love it. I ship it. Him and her need to be together. Like, it needs to happen. It's important to me. Anyway, jumping back on Gideon, because I really had a moment where I wanted to punch him in the face, and I wanted to just jump into the book and be like, let's fight, Gideon. Like, what's your problem? Gideon is such a dick, and I'm gonna use that word because that's what he is. Like, okay, you wanted her to marry you, she rejected you. I understand that can be painful, but the way he responded is not how you get a woman to want to marry you. If anything, it's how you get a woman to punch you in the face and not regret it and not be sorry for it. And if you end up in a fight with Katza, you're gonna die. Like, you're gonna die. Like, you're not gonna make it out of that alive. I'm surprised that she kept her anger down, because reading it, I was like, okay, Gideon, okay. Like, she just doesn't want to marry you. She doesn't love you. She doesn't even see you like that, and you're so mean to her anyway. You want her to like be a housewife and like run your house, and she's like a trained killing machine. Like, what is this? What is this? And you're supposed to be her friend. You're always her friend first. That is important. Like, me and my husband, we were friends first. Okay, you kind of need to be friends when you're going to marry someone. And you can't even be proper friends with her because you're such a terrible person and you treat her like crap. You don't need to marry her, and she doesn't want to marry you. Like, get over it. It's done. It's over. She doesn't want to be with you. You don't need to react that way. When I tell you I was done with his character after that, I was done with his character. I didn't like his character from the jump, but I was done with his character after that. And I feel like he's a character that I'm not supposed to like, so I'm probably taking this the way that I'm supposed to take it. But let's just not even talk about him, because I just cannot. I can't. Let's jump to Rhonda, because I feel like it's important that we discuss him and just forget about Gideon. Ugh. Rhonda is also a terrible person, and I don't know that he's a terrible king, but as an uncle to Katza, he's a terrible uncle and a terrible person to her. This is your niece. Like, this is your blood. Why are you treating her like this? The fact that she didn't want to harm this man who was just trying to protect his daughters just shows that she's a nice and kind person, even though you're trying to make her into a killing machine and an animal. Like, she's a human being. Like, she's a nice person. There was no need for you to send her to do something like that and then get mad that she didn't want to do it, so she didn't do it. Then he had all these people lined up just to try to make a scene like, I'm going to take you to my dungeons and you're going to go willingly, or else these people are going to escort you. Boy, bye. That's not going to happen. This is Katza we're talking about. She can kill your entire army because she fights your entire army on a regular basis. Like, this is common sense. This is not something that's difficult to understand. You should know this. Like, you're the king. You should know. Like, it's not hard. What I loved about that can't even get my words together. Specific scene is that Katza reacted so calmly, because technically she could have just killed him right there and the entire guard with him and just had it be a bloodbath. She could have. Like, I have no doubt in my mind that she could have done it. But hearing what Poe said and hearing his voice in her mind, she was like, I'm not going to do that. And she just reacted so calmly and just kindly told him, I could kill you and your entire guard, and you wouldn't be able to do anything about it. That was just perfect. Like, I just love the way that that's written and the way that she reacted is just, it's perfect. It fits her character wonderfully. It makes me like her even more because she could have just done it. She gave you the courtesy of telling you that she could do it so that you knew that she would do it if you didn't let her go. She offered it. She let you know. She could have just killed you, but she let you know, and she let you live, and you didn't deserve it, if we're being honest. So that scene kind of had me like, now, moving on from there. Raffen, his character, which is a character I'd much rather talk about. I really love that this book portrays a male and female relationship that is just strictly a friendship. It makes me feel good. It really does. Now thinking about it, I think that Raffen might actually be gay, but I'm not 100% sure because I don't remember too much about the next, like what happens in the rest of this book. Regardless, I just like that there's a male-female friendship, and I like the way their friendship goes. Like when they were sitting down and talking about Poe, and he was like, you just need to let him explain. You just need to let him tell you, how he feels and what's going on. And she listened, and I really love that this book presents that, because most books now don't present male and female as being friends, and it's completely and entirely possible. My husband's friends tend to be my friends as well. My husband has a friend that I don't want to say I love him dearly, but I do appreciate him, and he is very important to me and very important to my husband, and I'm glad that we met him. He's brought me food to my job. Like, he has picked up things for us. He's taken us back and forth to the airport, and he's been my friend as well. He just recently went with me to pick up my dog's kennel from the sitter, and he didn't have to do that, and he's my friend, and I would never imagine anything sexual or relationship or anything like that between us at all. Like I said, he's also my husband's friend. And I just love that this book portrays the male and female don't always have to be in love. They don't always have to fall in love. They don't always have to be together in a sexual sense or like a relationship, dating sense. They can be just friends. That's important. And I like that. And it's sad that she's left court in this 100 pages, because I really would have liked to see them communicate more, and I would have liked to see more of their friendship. But I understand that she had to leave because she could have killed the king, and it could have been a bloodbath. I understand, I get it, and I ship her and Poe, and I'm so glad that she left with Poe. And like I said, I don't remember much about the rest of the book or how it gets to the point. Like, I know something happens and she ends up with Bitter Blue. I don't remember. It has evaded me, but I, right now, am just at the point, like, let me see. They're getting ready to get to this inn, and I love that she's not hiding her eyes. People know who she is. People know who Poe is. And also, I remembered just now that I wrote a note about this. I really like how Poe is not, like, sexist, I guess. Like, he literally tells her in one chapter, like, yeah, if you want to hunt for my food, that's fine. If you want to beat me up every night, that's fine. If you want to do whatever you want to do, like, that's fine. He, like, isn't, like, the whole macho man that's like, no, I have to hunt my own food, and I have to do this, and I have to do that because I'm a man. You can't do that for me. You're a woman. It's not like that at all. And I really love that about him and about this book specifically, that females and males don't have, like, gender roles. Like, she can hunt for the food for them. She can kill the people that come after them herself. She doesn't need him to do it. And vice versa. Like, it's equal. The scale is, it's equal. I like that. And I don't know why I didn't notice that in this book when I read it before, when I was in, like, high school or middle school. I never noticed that, and I feel like that's important. That's an important part of this book that you have to notice, is that male and female in this book are equal. Equal. When it comes to Katza and Poe, more specifically Katza, I don't know how the other females work. I know that the one guy, the king, was sending her to make one of his daughters get married, whatever. But Katza and Poe, I feel like that's important, that is equal and the scale is equal. That's awesome, and I love seeing that. And the segment of this vlog is really long, so this is obviously going to be a very long vlog, but I think that is all that I have to say. When I get to the end of this book, I will probably look back on my notes and be like reading and trying to figure out what I said and what I didn't say, because I'm sure I've missed some things. But I think that that is the majority of what I had to discuss with you all about this 100 pages I've read. Well, I'm on page 202, so this extra 100 pages I'm like almost halfway through, because I think this book is over, like a little over 400 pages, like maybe 476 or something. That's very exact, but you get the point. It's actually 471, but I was close. So I think I'm just gonna talk to you guys like every 100 pages. Like, I know this isn't like a normal reading vlog, but hey. Yeah, so the next 100 pages I get through, which I don't even know when that'll be. It's currently, oh god, what day is it? Technically in the States, well actually no, because it's 6 a.m. So it's January 8th. It's like 12 a.m. in the States, January 8th. It's 6 a.m. in Germany, January 8th. I have just gotten home Saturday and I've been resting and trying to figure out unpacking suitcases, so I don't know when I will read the next 100 pages of this. And I will be talking to you guys more about it, like more about this next 100 pages, and I will probably do like a little segment where I like read a little bit and then like kind of just give you guys like a little bit of my opinion. Maybe like 50 pages, I don't know, it just depends. But that is where I am right now. Katza and Poe are about to get to the end, and so much has happened that I needed to recap it for you guys. I needed to recap it on that day when it was fresh in my mind, but I didn't get the chance to, so there it is. Okay, I'm done talking now.